Hey, Nate.
Man, what's up?
Not much, just hashtag chillin'. How about you?
Oh, working on my hashtag Beloit bucket list.
What's on your hashtag Beloit bucket list?
Hashtag bell run, hashtag bell stroll, hashtag bell walk, hashtag bell bicycle.
Hashtag intense. Hashtag I'm totally into it though. For me, it's gonna be hashtag see a mound. I've never seen one before.
Oh, yeah, that mounds. Hashtag party at the wall, hashtag wall party, hashtag right in the Sea House bathroom.
Hashtag go to Sea House. Hashtag I'm kidding, I go there every night. Hashtag no I don't, I study all the time. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. Hashtag I study a lot. Hashtag DKs, hashtag 10,000 chicken wraps by the end of the year. Hashtag flex dollars. Hashtag I would do anything for a flex dollar right now. Hashtag coffee, hashtag Java joint. Hashtag Tina. Hashtag lattes until I'm jittery. Hashtag not apologizing for that.
Hashtag quesadilla and Java joint, hashtag chicken and cheese quesadilla, hashtag chicken and cheese quesadilla. Chicken and cheese quesadilla. Chicken and cheese quesadilla.
Oh, that's my quesadilla.
Yeah,
over there. I'll get it.
quesadilla,
Okay, yeah.
Hashtag folk and blues, knock that off my bucket list. Hashtag joke and blues, hashtag blue and gold, hashtag Hall and Oates.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna go perform at hashtag Sea House on my bucket list. Hopefully it gets on the hashtag Beloit College, hashtag Instagram. Hashtag what filter should I use? Hashtag selfie. Hashtag no filter. Hashtag I'm gonna be honest with myself. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. Hashtag do anything for some flex dollars still.
Still. Hashtag still.
Before I hashtag graduate, I'm gonna do a hashtag special project. Hashtag liberal arts in practice. Before I graduate, I'm gonna run on the track at hashtag strong stadium, hashtag stay active, hashtag be fit, hashtag sports center, hashtag field house, hashtag powerhouse.
What do you want to see in the powerhouse?
Hashtag smoothie bar on every floor, hashtag treadmills that go under the river, hashtag smokestacks, hashtag more smokestacks, hashtag 3 smokestacks inside the building itself.
Hashtag dungeon, hashtag climbing wall, hashtag t-shirt cannon coming out of the smokestack.
Hashtag smoking hot, hashtag on fire, hashtag burning down the hose.
Hashtag riverboat.
Hey guys.
Oh, hey, Ann.
Oh.
Hashtag get out of my office.
We should leave.